Podcasted today to see if I still could. I focused on the news, the only thing I should. Podcasting with Shane D. Guess what, motherfucker, you get it for free. I shouldn't use dirty swears, but I think I did. So let's talk about the heavy metal news, but we never eat squid shit. Well, that one kind of went to hell in a handbasket, dare I say. Welcome, one and all you fine and fantastic folks that have made it on this journey so far. I wish there was some kind of, when this podcast finally ends someday, you're like, one of those kind of awakening Easter egg moments where you go, wait a minute, something has connected each and every single episode until the last episode he's ever done. And it's all, the egg is broken open and it's all shall be revealed. Unfortunately, it's just heavy metal news. Each and every week I get on here and I read news stories, and I've been really good about not even looking at the news stories throughout the week so we can have kind of a one-on-one right here together. Plus I'm lazy. But I do like to read the interesting nuggets of news that are in the hard rock and the heavy metal realm, and I welcome you to the podcast. This is episode 123, I do believe. And we've got some nugs here, as they say. We've got Rex Brown. He's saying, look, man, we ain't doing it to fill our pocket, Pantera. He's saying, we're not doing Pantera to fill our pockets. We're doing this for the brand. We're doing it for the fans, okay? We're not doing it because it enriches our lives in any damn way. We've also got, Living Color. We've got Kiss. And right now we got this fella right here. So welcome to the episode. This is Trent Reznor. He sings that song, I Want to F You Like an Animal. Have you heard that? I Want to Feel You from the Insides. When I first started this podcast off, I did a little take on the song Hurt, which Johnny Cash did. But he says, streaming music services have mortally wounded a whole tier of artists. I will be curious as to what he says about this because I feel, yes, it has damaged the music industry, but, it's like, okay, here's a perfect example. When people used to ride horses down the streets, right? They were incensed about the vehicles, the Model T Fords making it. And then as soon as it became more functional and everything else, and people said, well, I don't want to be cleaning up shit and feeding a fucking horse when I can just get a Model T. You just hit that crank, hit the horn, and you go. But what I would say to Trent, and I hope he touches on this, is like a lot of independent and unsigned artists, it's a boost to them because they can be found easier than it ever was before. Before the internet, before streaming services, before that, it was a bitch to try to get. Do you know how many rejection letters you can get from record labels when you send your demos out in cassette form or CD form to them, and they send you back that letter saying thank you very much, but without saying you stink, keep practicing at it? My God, I'm already off on a tangent. When I came home today, I was listening to Gore popped on a playlist, and I just love that song, Sick of You. Sick. Oh, yo. So maybe I just got a little bit of that in my blood right now. But Trent Reznor, streaming music services have mortally wounded a whole tier. What you talking about, Trent? Where's he from, New Jersey? Nine Inch Nails leader Trent Reznor, the Resonator, has blasted Spotify and Apple Music for the paltry payments. I agree with this. The music streaming service pays out to music rights holders. Speaking to GQ magazine, and by God, look at him right there. Isn't he a GQ? He's very muscular. Under that jacket and t-shirt, he always wears black. He's a pretty muscular fella. He likes to, he works out, does squats and all that stuff. He speaks to GQ magazine. The industrial rock pioneer said, I think the terrible payouts of streaming services and has mortally wounded a whole tier of artists that make being an artist unsustainable. And it's great if you're Drake. I mean, yeah, the Drake people, they got all the money, right? Billions of plays. And it's not great if you're a grizzly bear. Okay. I'll read that better, guys. I'll focus on the news and less on the voice. And it's great if you're Drake, and it's not great if you're a grizzly bear. And the reality is, take a look around. Just take a fucking look around. We've had enough time for the whole all the boats rise argument to see they don't all rise. The boats rise, these boats don't. What? Take a look around. We've had enough time for the whole all the boats rise argument. Is he listening to old Jamie Josta? Because that's what he says all the time. They don't all rise. Those boats rise. Those boats don't. They can't make money in any means. And I think that's bad for art. One thing, here's an argument that I would love for you guys to voice your opinions on it. But when the streaming sites came out, yes, they need to pay their artists more. 100%. They need to pay the artists more. Here is the point that I would try to make, and I've had good arguments on both sides for this, but here's how it all breaks down. What I say is, if I go and I buy a Korn CD, and I'm boom, boom, and I'm enjoying the shit out of it, right? And I listen to it all the time. How many plays can you get out of a CD? You know, I mean, is it hundreds of thousands of plays, depending on how you treat your CDs at home? If you're throwing it against the wall, maybe you get 2 plays out of it if you keep it forever, right? The $20 that I've spent on that CD, that's it. And the record label took most of that. So I got the Korn record in hand. They probably got $1, $2, maybe not even that off that CD, okay? That's it. I'm done with that record. I'm done with it. Now, on the streaming side, it's lousy pay, I agree, but they do get and I'll tell you, it's like a 1/16 of a penny per play. But the point being, it's still money coming in. The CD, $20, bang, I'm done, as opposed to the kids that are online and they love that record and they listen to that record every day. Even though it's a fraction of a penny, it's still money that will go for the length of time. Does that make any sense? Is that a horrible argument? I don't know. Anyways, he continued. Thank God. Thanks for coming in there. Trent, I was going to call him Drake. Trent, I thought maybe at Apple there could be influence to pay in more fair or significant way, because a lot of these services are just a rounding error compared to what comes in elsewhere. Boy, he's a weird talker, isn't he? Unlike Spotify, where the whole business is that. But that's okay, I see what he's saying. Apple's all things and Spotify is just music. But that's tied to a lot of other political things and label issues, and everyone's trying to hold on to their little piece of the pie, and it is what it is. I also realize, I think that people just want to turn the faucet on and have music. I do have an addendum. I've got an addendum to my theory. Let's get through this. I think that people just want to turn the faucet on and have music come in. They're not concerned about all that romantic shit I thought mattered. My addendum is that if it's the record, these artists like Korn is getting paid shit, horrible shit, if the record label still owns the rights to the music and they've given the catalog. You know, it's not the artist and Spotify or whatever. It is artist and, well, the record label's still going to jack you for more money. I think it's the worst thing you can do is sign with a major label. I think it's just the worst thing you can do, because every story, if you ain't Metallica, you know, It's you think they make a lot more money than they do. During the GQ interview, Reznor also spoke about the status of 9 Inch Nails, which hasn't performed live since the late 2022. Regarding why he deliberately chose to step back from playing shows, Trent said, "For the first time in a long time, I wasn't sure. What's the tour going to say?" Well, I think there's plenty to say right now in this era. Wouldn't you say, Trent? You don't have anything you could speak of or what's to say. What do I have to say right now? We can still play those songs really good. And they can, because I watched a concert of them in 2022 and it was great. It was in a tiny club too. Maybe we can come up with a new production. But it wasn't screaming at me. This is what to do, right? It wasn't screaming at him. This is what to do right now. Jesus. Guys, I'm having a hell of a time today. Big Boss came in from out of town. And I love that they always say, this year is going to be the year of people first. Employees and family and people first. And at the end of it, it's like, yeah, there ain't no much of a raise coming. So don't, families and people first, but, sorry, there ain't going to be much of a raise. Anyways. But I did buoy the fucking CEO down. They said, oh, God, the CEO's coming. The CEO's coming. Oh, he's the new CEO. Oh, God. You sit down. Look, when you're in the meat and potatoes business of lifting and loading, I've been busting my balls and back and buns for a long time, and it's not brains. It's been, I don't got the alligator shoes. But I can tell you this. When you look somebody right in the eyes and say, yeah, I'm listening. What do you got to say? You can feel them. If they're unsure, they go, oh, I've been caught. You start to see this. You start to see them kind of winding their way. They don't want to engage. Someone that says, I want to put family and employees first. They look you right in the eyes and they don't even blink. They just tell you. They say, you got me. We're on the same page, baby bitch. We're together on this. When they start to shift and turn, you got them. You got them by the short hairs. Now you're in control of the conversation. You can say, well, I got a couple things I'd love to talk to you about. My heavens, guys. We got to get to these stories. What's he ragging on about? Reznor went on to say that his soundtrack work, oh, that's right, with longtime collaborator Atticus Ross, manages to make 9 Inch Nails feel way more exciting than it had been in the past few years. It's because you're sitting behind a mixing board most of the time. He's behind his little gadgets and gadgets, and he's, biz-whopping and beatboxing, putting the beats down and stuff, and they're just sitting there tinkering. I kind of let it atrophy a bit in my mind for a variety of reasons. Ross added, I do feel excited about starting on the next record. I think we're in a place now where we kind of have an idea. Why is it saying Atticus Ross? They mentioned him, but that was Reznor. So Blabbermouth they should have put Reznor there. Guys, we're moving on. Und this fellow. No, it's not... It's not one of them guys that are just about ready to paint up for The Walking Dead for a scene with Hot Carl, and Darren out in the woods. They find some something. That's not him. That's Wolf Hoffman of Accept. And the thought of artificial intelligence creating art, that is something that concerns me. I think we've had this conversation, guys. I think that it takes a passion that robot can never do. Okay, let's read this. During a press conference in, Paris, Gay Paris in France, to promote Accept's upcoming album, Humanoid. God, I thought that was hemorrhoid for a minute. Guitarist Wolf Hoffman addressed the positive side of AI, artificial intelligence. I'm glad that he's got that at least, particularly as it relates his positive side of AI intelligence, particularly as it relates to the potential to drive innovation, streamline processes, enhance productivity, and improve decision making across industries. How about cancer, Wolf? You know, how about that be in there? Streamlining processes and innovation. I guess that would be in there, right? Blabbermouth video, loud TV. I wouldn't go out and say it's all good or it's all bad. It's always a mix of everything. Modern technology in general owns all the digital aspect of our daily life. There's some amazing aspects of it. I'm traveling a lot, and no matter where I go, I have a little iPhone. It's really the best. I mean, if your Samsung is good, but iPhone, man oh man, it's very nice. With me, I have my iPhone with me, and it has GPS on it. I put that app on there so I can find where I'm going when I want to, you know. And I can just type in, I don't know, Indian restaurant. And I'm going to find one 2 blocks down the street. I would never find that without it. I wouldn't even know where to go. You walk a little bit. You walk around the city you're in. You're only there a short time. You walk around. You mix in with the locals. Oh, but Shane, I was at the airport. I can communicate on a plane with others people. All this is beautiful, I think. Of course, there's a negative and very negative side of everything. And artificial intelligence sounds a little scary right now, but I'm quite hopeful that we will find a way to deal with it that enables us to take advantage of it without having it all just be negative. I mean, there's always 2 sides to everything, I believe. He continues, the thought of artificial intelligence creating art, that is something that concerns me. I wouldn't say I'm afraid of it per se, but at the same time, being an artist, I'm like, is it gonna take all our jobs away one day? And I'm quite hopeful it won't, because I still think only humans can really express emotions. And that's the truth, because you've seen the movies where the robot says, what is love? Why are you grabbing your wife like that? Touching her in that manner? And why is she loving it so much? You know? And I hope that artificial intelligence is not going to advance that much more that it can actually replace human thoughts and emotions. But am I 100% sure? No, 9. I never thought it would be that good already, but it's amazing what it can do. And there's gonna be visual art being created, music gonna be created by it. Of course, there's the aspect of it that it's basically you're ripping off the existing songs and existing artwork to create the new stuff. That's right. It's always going to have something. It's always going to, there's always going to be a little bit of Led Zeppelin in there, no matter what. Until the AI is like, Led Zeppelin shit. All of a sudden it starts going, wait a minute. All these humans make shit music. And then they'll just be making music for AI people. So that don't matter. Humans will be making music for humans. AI will be making music for AI people. Okay? When they created new Nirvana song, they made an artificial intelligent Nirvana song. And Shane did not listen to it, but I'm sure it sounds close enough to Nirvana, Smell Like Teen Spirit. They look at all the old songs and sort of use it as reference. Will it ever be able to create original stuff? Maybe. I don't know. I hope not. But can I help it? No. Can I stop time? No. Technology marches on. And whether we want it or not,
So it's an interesting time that we live in, I believe. And we yet have to find a way to deal with it. And I think any time in history that there's new technology introduced, yes, are you talking like Model T Fords? Keep it coming, baby. And whether it's just something like the automobile.
My God, am I good or what? Tell him. Tell him, Wolf.
Where is it? Where did I read that? Uns the automobile. Ah, here we are. And I think any time in history that there's new technology introduced, whether it's just something like, oh, I don't know what Shane said, the automobile, people were scared of it.
Yeah.
Initially, they thought, like, it's going to be harmful to people to travel at that speed, you know? And because they were just used to horses.
Horses, and I swear to God, no one's going to believe this. Say he read the stories. They're going to say it. He read the stories before he got on here. I swear. Hand to whatever. Hand to everything.
And you might be my long lost brother, Wolf.
Man.
Because they were just used to the horse and buggies. And so the same is true with all of this.
And aren't you glad we read that third paragraph?
Anytime something new comes along, and people are always like, oh God, it's going to destroy everything. But I don't think it will destroy everything. We have to just catch up and deal with it.
Yeah, it's not going to destroy everything. Meteor's going to do that in 2029, called a Pophouse. Well, Kiss sold their entire catalog. Can you guess who? The Pop place, the Pophouse, where they're doing all the Avatar shit. So we're going to get into that. You've got Paul, the Paul Man, Stan Man. You got Gene Cinnamons over there. That's Tommy Thayer in the Ace Frehley makeup. Of course, the rosy apple cheeks of a young Drew Barrymore right there. Of course, that's Eric Singer. Looking beefed up in this photo, by the way. Kiss music catalog, brand name, and IP acquired by Swedish investment firm Pophouse. Pophouse has today concluded a landmark agreement with the iconic band Kiss. Pophouse is the Swedish entertainment and music investment firm renowned for its development of brand-building activities in music and entertainment, such as the groundbreaking, you may have heard of it, the ABBA Voyage. It's a show in London in which Pophouse is the founding investors. Have you heard of that? Well, Gene Simmons is wet as a whistle right now. His underpants are creamy and wet, I'm telling you, with this 300 million number. Pophouse has acquired Kiss's artist share of the master recordings and publishing rights. Financial terms of this transaction were not disclosed, but Fortune magazine reports that the band is being paid over $300 million. You know, I can't remember who even said it, where I even heard it from. But maybe it was on a podcast or something. I can't remember where I heard it, but there was where someone was saying there should be no such thing as a billionaire in the world. Because now I'm reading this number 300 million and I'm going, really? That's all they got? Kiss only got 300 million for their entire catalog? What about Sonic Boom and all that? That puts it right up in the 400 mils. Working closely with Kiss, Pophouse will follow its unique value-add approach of drawing upon its world-class, in-house creative and storytelling expertise to unlock new audiences and revenue streams. We got to have them revenue streams. When are they going to change it to revenue rivers? We got the revenue rivers going now, baby. We making all kinds of money. Let's see. New defining playbook. Pophouse will use its proven industry-defining playbook to create new content and experiences to enrich the KISS catalog for fans, old and new. So I'm in the middle. I'm not old. I'm not new. I'm in the middle. Actively seeking to enrich and add value to the brands and artists it partners with. Oh, Gene is just going, tell me more, Pophouse. Tell me more, Johann Lagerlof. Inclusivity and community have always been vital to the KISS experience, and Pophouse is committed to nurture the close relationship between KISS and its devoted fans moving forward. Johann Lagerlof, head of investment at Pophouse, says, oh boy, KISS is one of the most recognized and iconic. I'm going into my wolf here. I got to hold on. KISS is one of the most recognized and iconic bands in the history of music. See, Tobias Fjorg is from Sweden. So if I can try and spin over to a little Tobias. Oh, they redefined the concept of rock shows and have always taken their artistry to new, uncharted territories. The band has consistently been able to appeal to new generations of fans, and our mission is to fulfill the band's visions to become immortal and to let new generations discover and be part of the KISS journey and carry it forward. With the help of the fans, energy, the band, our expertise, and creativity, we will make this vision happen. Well, I'm telling you right now, Johann, I wasn't all that jazzed about the little bit you put up there. What I would tell Johann right now is erase their faces and redo them. I'm never going to get tickets to this thing now. They're going to say, oh, was Shane on that list? Yes. Yes, that fat asshole on YouTube. Was he on the list? He's off the list. He's no tickets for him. Never again. Per Sundin, we know him, the CEO, Pophouse Entertainment, says, oh, KISS has sold more than 100 million records worldwide and and throughout their 50-year career, continue to push the boundaries in the pop culture. The band's enigmatic personas, come on now, unparalleled band attributes, the iconic imagery, have made them a cultural force and a legendary act with the multi-generational appeal. We will safeguard and enrich this legacy. Sounds like that goddamn CEO that showed up at my office. Safeguard and enrich the legacy through the future global endeavors. Oakley glasses the guy was wearing. Oakley, like these really nice, but like intelligent. Guys, I'm an intelligent CEO. I've got the alligator shoes. I've got the intelligent glasses, the nice haircut. I wash the car before I come to every business meeting. What's that about a raise? Oh, yeah, that's going to be skim. That's going to be light. But we need you to increase volume. We need you to work harder. I digress. I apologize. Let's get back. We will safeguard and enrich the legacy through the global endeavors. Oh, my heavens to Betsy. Breathing new life into the characters and personas while also leveraging and elevating this visual world of KISS. There you have that. There they are. You know, I think the only thing that's really bit my tits about the whole damn thing is when I saw the avatar, and if you're going off saying we want to be immortal, put the damn original faces on there. They appreciate it. These guys aren't going to disagree. They probably were the two going, whoa, guys. When Paul said, hey, guys, why don't you come down to Pophouse, L.A.? They've got a shop here in L.A. too. I'd like you to come down and see what they're doing with the avatars. They probably went, whoa. Oh, guys, I wouldn't put our faces because, I wouldn't do that. Why don't you have Ace, a young Ace, Ace Frehley and a young Peter? Who knows? Who knows? Rex. Rex and Pantera, they're not out to do it for any other reasons than for the brand, okay? That's what he says right there. See, I'm not lying. We're not doing this for ourselves. We're doing it for the brand. In a new interview with American Musical Supply, really, American Musical Supply, they probably got like all them books, you know, music books and stuff that you can pick up. You pick up a Jimi Hendrix, you pick up a Pantera, you pick up little Neil Peart for your brother. He's a drummer. You pick him up the Neil Peart drum books or whatever. Pantera bassist Rex Brown spoke about the decision to tour with reformed version of the band, also featuring fellow surviving member Philip Anselmo vocals. And by the way, rest in peace to the Abbott brothers' father. He passed away today or a few days ago as you read listening to this, 80 years old. So, Philip Anselmo vocals alongside Zakk Wylde, Black Label Society. Thank you for fixing that. Last time it said Black Society. And Ozzy Osbourne on guitar and Charlie Benante Anthrax on the drums. The lineup has reportedly been given a green light by the estate Pantera founding members, Vin Man, Paul Abbott, and guitar virtuoso, rest in peace, Dimebag Darrell Abbott. Speaking about how touring with Pantera in 2024 is different from how it was in the band's heyday, a lot of booze, a lot of alcohol. Is he going to say that? Am I going to be right a couple of times in this thing?
This is a completely different thing, man. We have Charlie and Zakk now. And they're just number one. They've been great friends of ours for all these years. We're getting along extra super cool. Charlie and I went down, probably put about 100 hours on tape of all the songs we were going to do for the set. And others that we would want to do. Charlie and I worked on this for 6 months, closely together. Sometimes we even had long nights where we had to share the bed, because we wanted to get right at it next morning. We wanted to get up, have some scrambled eggs, and get right back to it. Before we even got to rehearsal, that's just how good of friends we are. I fucking cry. Charlie has been one of my best friends for years. So, this is another band. It's hard to fill the shoes of those brothers. At the same time, this has become a really tight unit. He's going to say it. We're writing new tunes. They're already thinking about it. They went from this is to celebrate Dimebag and Vinny. Now it's about the brand. Well, we just so dynamic, we're going to call this new band Pantera. We're going to keep on going. And Zakk just put the extra dime was... And Zakk just put the extra. ... I've heard that Zakk didn't practice at all for it. He wanted to rehearse before they took off for it, but he wasn't going to sit down and do what Charlie and old Rex did. He ain't going to be sleeping over the night. Dime was a very unique guitar player, and he was my best friend. And it's good to see those boys up on that screen and with us. And that's what this is about tonight for me. Well, maybe they was playing a gig or something at the American Musical Supply. Regarding how he and the rest of the current Pantera lineup have balanced honoring the band's legacy with any new creative goals they might have, Rex said, "Hey, there's many ways that we want to keep this legacy alive. 'Cause the music is still played all over. We have a whole new generation of fans that they probably wouldn't have heard this stuff if we weren't playing out here, playing these shows. And so the generation of fans, let's say 15 to 18 years old, kids that come out, they'll shortly have children. No, they won't. They'll wait till they're older.
They'll wait until they're in their 30s before they start thinking about that. That's what I would suggest. And Philip even said Philip even said it in the set. The parents of the 90s, which I'm parents of the 90s. It's a very important statement in this set because it's about the gratitude. I don't know what any of that meant. We're not doing this for ourselves. How dare you? We're doing it for the name of the brand, Pantera. If you didn't know what the brand was. And by God, this music needs to be heard again. It does. It needs to for a long fucking time. It needs to for a long fucking time. And that's what we're here doing tonight. At the beautiful American Musical Supplier Company. It's just wonderful to be able to do this and pay homage to my music, the riffs that I wrote. What? We're not doing this for ourselves, and by God, in the holy hand of God, long fucking time. It's just wonderful to be able to do this and pay homage to my music, the riffs that I wrote, or the riffs that Dime wrote. That's what I thought I was mixing up, is that I'm like, Rex, you're writing riffs over there? Or the patterns that Vinny played, and for what Phil came up with. What did he come up with? I mean, did he do the words? Tremendous impact on this music. Last month, Rex told Rolling Stone Australia about performing with Pantera in 2024. Two of our beloved brothers that just aren't here anymore, man. That's life, you know. They're just not with us anymore, man. That's just fate. It's the way the ball rolls, dude. He also added, this is no tribute band. Philip and I get to play these songs of ours that we haven't played in 23 years. And to be able to do that and connect with the enormity of what's happened is just extraordinarily fucking insane, you know? This is going to be like a fully... Let's get on to Living Color here. My God, there's going to be a lot of swears in this. I never click the button that says, is it explicit when I'm uploading that? Now I might have to do it on this one. Probably should have done it on that one episode. Remember that one? When that lady, that singing lady, she whizzed on that guy. The guy climbed up on stage and, yeah, I got a strike. Bang. And it was in the news. Anyways. Corey Glover, fantastic singer, Living Color. You know, you might know them. They've actually commented on Living Color videos that we've done on this channel. You know, them. Kind of like Ace Frehley commented on the video. Skid Row commented on it. By the way, congratulations to Todd Latour. Commented on the video that we did about Queensryche on the boat. They were on the party boat, Monster of Rock boat, and he's been quit for a year because we said in that video he watched it, and he said we really wish he would quit smoking. And he says, "Good news, guys, I have actually been quit for about a year." Was it January 2023? Keep it up. If you've made it a year, you don't need them anymore. But Corey Glover here, he says, if it weren't for success of Cult of Personality, that song, you know, that he's still making streaming money off of, because they probably own the rights to that record now, seeing that it's over, 25 years? The record company owns your masters for something like 25, 30 years, and you finally get them back, and then you can remaster it and redo it or whatever, and then put it back up there. But that's a big hit. And that's probably got a lot of plays on it. Let's get into this. If it wasn't for the song Cult of Personality, I'd be working at UPS. In a new interview with The Logan Show, Living Color singer Corey Glover was asked if fans can expect the follow-up to 2017's Shade album at some point in 2024. He said, as transcribed by Babbitt Mouth, maybe not 2024, but definitely 2025. Remember that video we did where they were doing Cult of Personality and he was walking through the audience eating a big old turkey leg? I love that. But definitely 2025. We'll have something for you. And I say that, and then it doesn't happen. We go into the studio next month to work on some new stuff, and hopefully we'll get it out by 2025. I could be lying. I could be lying to you, and it could be later. So, who knows? Glover also confirmed that there are plans to make a Living Color documentary. That'd be great to see. I loved rock docs. To be helmed by W. Camus Bell, a comedian, director, and producer. We'll see how that works itself out, Corey said. We're in the beginning stages of that. Glover was then asked about Living Color's breakthrough song, Cult of Personality. Look in my eyes, what do you see? A cult of personality. I always had to sing it like that. Personality. Oh, it's even got Mussolini and Gandhi and all that in here. Let's read. Glover was then asked about Cult of Personality. A pointed politically charged tune, which opens the band's debut album 1998's Vivid. Does that have Glamour Boys on it as well? And then what was the, get in the comments, tell me the sad tune. They had a sad tune. Everyone you gotta have a ballad. The track includes audio snips of political speeches. The only thing we have to have is parent health. It's weird the way they all sounded like that back in the day. You hear any kind of radio broadcasting, I mean, it's probably just the hipness, whoever the hip people were at the time. You know, it's like how language changes as it goes on. And so when they all talk like this, say, dear, I sure would like some mashed potatoes with dinner tonight. Oh, sure thing, dear. We'll get right on that. You know, you hear it. Oh, you know, the aliens are attacking the planet. That's right. War of the Worlds. You know, it was that they talked in a particular manner, and that changes as people change. But the track includes audio snippets of political speeches referencing John F. Kennedy, Gandhi, Stalin, and Mussolini. And it became Living Color's signature tune, and the accompanying music video was an MTV hit. It sure was. They played it 1 trillion times. A searing indictment of politicians that readily address the concern of an electorate during the mudslinging Bush-Dukakis presidential campaign. Cult of Bush-Dukakis. Cult of Personality hit number 13. I think if it weren't for that song, I'd be working for UPS. How about that? If it weren't for that song and the evergreen nature of that song, because it seems like every so often it pops up in very interesting places with CM Punk or the video game or Guitar Hero or within the political discourse where people use it and quote it on a newscast. Yeah. It has a weird sort of continuing life that I'm very happy and very grateful that it exists. Is it going to tell us how many records they've sold and stuff, please? Vivid went on to become the first album by an all-black rock band to win a Grammy. Best hard rock performance. Of course, never anything but performance. Best hard rock performance, and the video for The Glamour Boys was the first to be closed captioned for the hearing impaired. That's an interesting nug. Living Color disbanded in 1995 but reunited in 2000. Original bassist Muzz Skillings left the group in 1992 and was replaced by Doug Wimbish. In June 2020, Living Color released a video for its classic song, This Is the Life, featuring footage of the peaceful protests that swelled across the U.S. and around the world over the death of George Floyd and at the hands of police. The original version of This Is the Life appeared on Living Color's 1990 album, Time's Up. And it is also Time's Up for this story. Let's watch Ace Frehley do a little shopping really quickly. How much time we got here? And then we do have your comments, so let's get into this. It's kind of I love that he's on his channel. I want him to film everything. I want him to put on the streaming cameras, and I want him to just film everything at home. But they go to Walmart. They love going to Target and Walmart and stuff like that.
Walmart? Let's see if they have this ventricular cover. I'm dying to see it. I don't think a lot of people...
That is real hair. By the way, I want to tell you right now, look at that. That is not a wig. Now, if you pay attention to anything, then Friday we just did a video where Justin Hawkins, to be fair, he's not wearing a wig, but he was tardy to the gig. Ace Frehley, he cut the darkness off by 40 minutes. He was late. Justin Hawkins went to town on him, but I'm telling you, that's not a wig. He says, oh, they couldn't bleeding bloody find any bleeding bloody wig glue in the middle of the ocean. Anyways.
Walmart.
Loves Walmart.
Release day. Is it all ventricular?
And his beautiful gal, what's her name again? Laura Cove.
Let's see what it looks like. Oh, this is fucking neat.
Oh, he's got his album.
Yeah, it is. You can see the lightning bolts there.
Oh, Ace, that is so neat.
Yeah. How do you get this shit off? It's always good to have variety. I love it.
Now, did I see something where someone was saying he might be drinking again? I can't remember.
Because they're going to sell out in a heartbeat, and then kids are going to get aggravated. Musical fans.
Kids are gonna get aggravated.
Musical employees. Yeah. I don't look like a plump.
He's got to tell that guy, hey, you got to get more CDs over here. These are going to sell like hotcakes. And the kids, they're going to get aggravated.
Check out the Cherry Medicine video.
She's in it.
That's great, I got.
That's a sweet Laura Cove there.
What about a fishing pole? I got one of those crazy James Bond boats, but it's 15.5 feet long. Where's the fishing poles?
Oh, Ace, you're not going to go
I
fishing.
love to fish.
No.
Something like fresh bass or fresh trout, like something like this. And you capture...
He's going to get, if he buys that fishing pole, remember guys, because we've talked about him before when he goes shopping, he says, I always like to buy 2 of everything. So now he's going to, let's see if he buys 2 fishing poles. Let's see.
A 1 pound bass, it feels like you got a whale. This is a little too small for me.
Ace, that's not the full length of the fishing pole.
So what do you think?
I think I'm going to buy this.
Really?
So you're going to get 2?
What are we going to do with the ones at home?
Look, I got a boat that fits 5 people.
Laura, I love you. You need to get more active. I know you want to get a little bit more into the social medias and stuff like that. You've got to jump in. You've got to be, and I'm not saying this in any kind of a rude way, you got to be a bit more Sharon. You got to find your inner Sharon. You've got to jump up there and say, oh, Ace, you damn dumb. God, you're so silly. Get over here. Let me squeeze your ass. You got to just do things to, get yourself in there. When that camera's filming him, you get over in it.
Oh, we have a
Everybody
lot.
needs a fishing pole. Oh, archery.
He didn't buy 2.
It's great. Trust me, I've been fishing since I was 5.
Oh, what's he got there? Lucky t-shirt.
I remember growing up in the Bronx, all my Irish friends were, you'd get beat up if you didn't wear green on St. Patrick's Day.
You can use this.
This is kind of fucking weird. I don't
See,
give
there's-
a rat's
All right, so this isn't fresh and new, guys, because the video we did a video and he had that Hello Kitty shirt in his hand, and then someone said that's the Hello Kitty shirt that he bought. So what they've done here is they're clipping a bunch and they're just posting them up all willy-nilly. This isn't fresh. This is 2 weeks ago. I want now. I want fresh, hot and ready.
Is that what it's? This is good. Please do not disturb. I'm disturbed enough already. Gotta grab that. And maybe one more.
See, there's a Hello Kitty shirt.
I have more than 4 t-shirts.
That's, you tell me that's a goddamn wig? Justin Hawkin, that ain't a wig. Look at the natural curl in the back. You think he bought a fucking wig and said, yeah, put that weird curl in the back of it? No.
Star Wars shirt. Boy, it's a Kiss shirt. I don't know. I kind of like the occasional adult. Occasional adult.
There's a Kiss shirt. Yeah, God, he's probably not even making any money on it.
I'm a little kid. And other times, I act my age, but not very often.
There you go.
Yeah, I'd love a cup of coffee. I might want a croissant.
Oh yeah, Laura, I just want to see you get. Yeah, she's not an outgoing person. She's very outgoing. She's very sweet person, but she's not loud like me. You know what I mean? Ace is loud. He's a lot to contend with, and you know she's just going. You want to get some coffee? Yeah, I'd love to get some coffee.
I think I'm gonna have a cup of coffee and a cake.
Is this the same freaking video?
Cream and sugar. You don't have any croissants or cheese danishes. You know what? Just
He's leaning over the counter. He's leaning over the damn counter like they got cheese danishes hidden under there. Let's get into your comments, guys. I apologize if this thing is going off the rails. We got double attack here, Mike Buchanan. It is time for your comments of the episode. Now, if you want to be part of this, it's very simple. You just watch the episode and then put your comments down below in the video. And then on the following episode, we will read those said comments. We've got Mike Buchanan here, and by God, he's got the Herman Melville here. Thank God I got my glasses on. My real ones. Let me have a nice swig. Oh! I've been drinking these sparkling waters. And then I'm kind of bloated. I'm gassy. And I'm like... So I Googled it. I was like, farts and it's sparkling water, farts, It's like, oh yeah. Yeah, it'll bloat you. If you drink a lot of these things, they will bloat you. Because there's that sparkling, whatever that is. What is it? I always thought sparkling water was like a place where the water's sparkling. And they put it in containers or is this a concoction of some sort? Carbonation in water. Let's get into it. Mike Buchanan right here on this week's movies that are bad. Oh, I did want to say this too, and don't quote me on this, but I'm trying to figure out a way for Patreons. And maybe I shouldn't even say anything because I don't know how far away I am. But I was thinking it would be kind of fun if I could figure out a way where we could take some of these movies and watch them through the Patreon. It would probably be pre-recorded, but I was thinking kind of Mystery Science Theater 3000 style. Where it's like just me yapping over the top of the movie. Boy, it sure would be neat, though, at some point to do some kind of a streaming, watch it all at once. Wouldn't that be something, too? I don't even know the mechanics of anything like that, but this is down the road. But I was thinking of a way to, like, just for the Patreon, put up some movies. These bad movies we love anyways. I see Maximum Overdrive there. Wonderful freaking movie. Let's do it. Here we go. In this week's movies that are bad, but we love them anyways, Maximum Overdrive, 1986. I'm sure most of you are familiar with this movie. The one that Stephen King himself directed and admits is his worst movie adaptation. That's interesting. And that he should never have decided to direct as a first-time director. There's been rumblings over the years of a Maximum Overdrive update remake. I myself would love to see a Blumhouse production. They're always good. You see the Blumhouse? It's probably going to be Blumhouse and A24. You're in for a ride. Blumhouse production have a go at a remake. If you like Stephen King and Emilio Estevez, You'll probably like this. It is a campy B-type horror movie, but I grew up watching movies like this and I love it. Putting expectation on it to be something more than it is probably why people don't like it. I agree. It's violent but funny and comical, plus the soundtrack is by AC/DC, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, and it's got a lot of good songs in there. Sink the Pink and Ride On. I'm gonna ride on. Ride on. And down the road. A lot of good tunes. It's the entire soundtrack is AC/DC, so it's good. Yeardley Smith, who voices Lisa Simpson on The Simpsons Show, plays a role as a bride on her big wedding day that is getting ruined by machines going into maximum overdrive. I'm glad Stephen King gave us this, even if he was coked out of his mind making it. The only problem I have is that the movie ends abruptly. Grab your favorite beverage, sit on your favorite chair, pop some popcorn, and press play. I just happened to be on YouTube while you were making this video. I thought about making more and more dumb comments, but I wasn't sure if they would have shown up. I think you need to refresh the screen for them to show up. Huh. What the hell, my protection score has changed? Malware bites. It's got an orange arrow there, so that means bad. A little pop-up just came out, said your protection score has changed. Then what are you doing? What am I paying you for? Mike Buchanan says, it's a shame that Eric Gronwall had to step down, but I fully understand the reason why. Hope he gets... Shut that. Hope he gets better and makes a full recovery. Lands on his feet again, fronting whatever band he's no doubt will be singing with. Yeah. Not sure as to where Skid Row is going to go from here, as you allude to the band made a huge comeback with Eric being their frontman. Yes. And as much as I would love Sebastian to come back, and boy, oh boy, has he not he's put the message out on the streets. We got to do it for the fans. Quit being jerks. I think it would be a mistake, as the reunion would only last for maybe a year. Yeah. But man, they could line their pockets. Not sure if I will go, but I do have a chance to see Skid Row with yeah, you got to go with Lizzie Hale singing on May 18th in Riverside. Is that Iowa? IA. I'm very bad with that kind of stuff. Riverside. I'm down to see Lizzie singing down May 18th down in Riverside. Would only last for maybe a year. Let's see, Riverside, which happens to be the future birthplace of Captain James T. Kirk. Really? Interesting. I've talked about my feelings on using tech to help, always getting into the AI stuff, to help, or the backings, or whatever. I've talked about my feelings on using tech to help musicians through live concerts, and I'm over talking about it. I'm over it. I'm over talking about it. Here's my take on Dokken. I consider the first album to be a Don Dokken album. It was first released, okay, you're going to give us some stuff here. As Don Dokken, it was first released as Don Dokken and was titled Breaking the Chains, released in 1981, but later shortened to Dokken and titled Breaking the Chains, released in 1982 in later pressings. The first true Dokken album is Tooth and Nail, when the band was solidified. I didn't know any of this, so this is good. When the band was solidified with Jeffy the Pillboy Pilson being added on bass, it's his songwriting and backing vocal that truly made Dokken sound. Okay, didn't know. It's a shame that the record companies try companies try to and succeeded in doing things like this just for a money grab, putting out that box set. Then the Jeff the Pillboy, he's not happy about it. Mike Buchanan says, I'm going with the first 4, maybe 5 Yngwie did as Rising Force are his best. It's when he decided to drop the Rising Force band name, he went downhill. So is that, at least for me? Okay. You're talking about Trilogy album from 1986. So those are poo-poo to you? The one that I think is great is poo-poo? I thought I had a Rising Force record. Is one of the Rising Forces with his arms out with the flame and the guitar holding the thing? I got that for a penny on the BMG. They're chock full of Yngwie. Oh, you can get all the Yngwie. You can get Yngwie here, there, and everywhere on the penny for 10 albums deals. And a couple of them mid catalog albums from Overkill were on there too. Like Horoscope and stuff like that. I'm going with the but that's it. Sorry. The band goes by Joey Belladonna's Beyond Frontiers, okay? And they have been touring for several years now, I believe. And he sounds amazing. Thinking Journey needs to ask him to come on over Red Rover with them. I added the Red Rover part. And now, Jive Talkin Jokes of the Week. He's got a... Oh, there we go. Just kidding, it's April Fool's Day. So he set that up so it looked like there wasn't going to be much jokes. Knock, knock, who's there? Noah. Noah who? Noah, any April Fool's jokes? So these are going to be all about April Fool. Which creatures love April Fool's Day? Frankenstein. Which creature loves April Fool's Day? Frankenstein. Knock, knock. Who's there? Candace. Candace who? Candace April Fool's joke get any worse? Want to hear an April Fool's Day joke about paper? Never mind. It's terrible. I was going to tell you a pizza joke for April Fool's Day, but it was too cheesy. I like that. You made Savannah smile there. You did it. Knock, knock. Last one here. Knock, knock. Who's there? Lenny. Lenny who? Lenny Kravitz. No. Lenny who? Lenny know when you're done with these silly April Fool's Day jokes. Oh. There's your heart, buddy. Good job there. My heavens. A couple of those were a stretch. Zayas coming in. I've always said Joey was the best singer in thrash. I may have been selling him short. He's one of the best singers, period, in any genre. Well, if you hear him with Joey Belladonna's Beyond Frontiers, then you know he's got the gifts. And if you've ever seen that video we did of him and his band Big Chief Way, and they were playing in that little toboggan. What do they call that? Little hut that you put over a hot tub. They were jamming in there. Miss Althea coming in here. The dumbstruck fool says, Eric Gronwall. This is her stuff on Eric. Yes, I was among those who said, what? When the news broke about him leaving Skid Row. I greatly admire him for putting his health first, as we all should. But GZP, just when the Skids finally found the perfect successor to Baz. All the best to him and his ongoing road to recovery. I was equally as, if not more, surprised to hear about the fabulous Lizzie Hale stepping in for a few shows. Can't wait to see the fan film footage of that. And I am fully expecting you to weigh in on that. At least one performance. And I will. I've already been thinking, oh, when's Lizzie going to pop up? I want to watch it. Also, I was thinking about doing a band on this band called Gutalax. Gutalax. And I'm going to tell you this, they are an extreme metal band. But I'm willing to bet that everyone will enjoy them, because they're not your average extreme metal band, and the way the singer sings sounds like snorts, and it's really fucking funny. And they don't take themselves too seriously. So go listen to the band Gutalax. I think they got a song called, there's something about fecal matter in there. It was about drugs, sex, and fecal matter. I don't know, but go listen to it. It puts a tap in your foot. You kind of go, you know what? It's extreme metal, but it's making me feel a certain kind of way that's happy. But I don't know why I even got into that, other than I was thinking about checking in with those guys and seeing what's up. Go listen. You'll listen to 5 seconds, say it sucks, and then we'll be done with it. Miss Althea on Sebastian Bach. I am going to call a big fat whatever on this one. I am waiting for him to deny that Ace was even an alcoholic. Miss Althea on Jeff Pilson. Yes, I very clearly remember Dokken performing on American Bandstand, as I happened to be watching the show when it aired almost 39 years ago in April of 1985. That was a huge WTF moment. I totally agree with his disdain over the box set and the lack of extras, which are honestly to be expected with such things. There was certainly no excuse on the part of the corporate powers that be, especially when Jeff offered items from his personal collection. Yeah. Why wouldn't you put the box set be chock full of goodies? I'm talking you open it up and it's like a confetti box that blows up on you. Guitar picks, pubic hair, everything. You know, where you're just going, my God, look at all the goodies we're getting. You know, if it's just got the CDs in there, guess what? Everyone's got them. His personal items from the collection. And hey, if that Dokken reunion at the Loud Park Festival in Japan had happened 2 years earlier in 2014 as opposed to 2016, they would have shared the bill with my newfound love affair, the Gazette. And we have them coming up too. Spoiler, Inside Beast, I think. Miss Althea on Jolyn Turner. Oh boy, I said some remember, I said he was a serial killer. That wasn't good. Oh, the dude is from New Jersey. So I don't know where you were pulling that British accent from. It was amusing, though, and took the edge off all his bitching about Yingwi. Yep. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Miss Althea says, I see Mike B's movie recommendation of the alligator people in Raise You 1956's The Mole People. I've seen that. Insanely, deliciously bad. Miss Althea says, you forgot the Elder and Hot in the Shade when rattling off the Eric Carr era. Yes, Hot in the Shade. And he was on the Elder. Yes, indeedy. Of that era. I would agree on your ranking of Creatures of the Night at the top. I consider Eric's true debut on record as the Elder material, with the exception of a couple of songs, didn't really allow him to shine as brightly as he could have and should have. Escape from the Island and The Oath, I think, are the strongest offerings there. I'm going to have to go back and listen to that. But I do like I. That's a good tune. And I like the Ace Frehley one, okay? The ones that are, is one of these songs where he's going, I'm just a boy. There's your heart, lady. We got your Gazette coming up. Sever Band. Sever Band. They're coming in here. Who's Sever Band? Let's get on it. But thank you for not putting your request in here. But now I've set eyes on you. Trilogy, 1986 Yingwi album with the three-headed dragon is Trilogy. Yeah, I guess the three-headed dragon would have been the try in that. And Dr. Frosty coming in. Joe Lynn Turner was born in New Jersey. Thank you both. Bang and bop. There you go. Wonderful, wonderful. A train wreck of a show? I don't know. But you know. What do you want? What do you want from me? I want you to get out there. I want you to succeed at everything that you do. Excel in every form and fashion of what you do every single day. Get up and say, you will not tear me down. You will not take me down. I will not allow you to get into my psyche. I will not allow you to fill my head full of negativity. I don't do that. I don't play that way. Have fun. Take care of yourself. Find something you love to do and go do that. Let's see here. Come on, baby. I need something. Come on. Groove me. I don't know what's going on with me. Okay. Let's see. Come on. Oh, yeah. Jive talking, having a good time. Jive talking, and we're having really good times. So let's jive, jive, jive. Let's arrive and jive at the same time, honey girl. Do it all night long. 'Cause you can listen to this podcast over again and hit it with a 5-star review on the Spotify.